What's up, everybody? Atheris back with you today. We got an interesting piece in front of us here. We got Sideshow's Death's General, or the Reaper, I guess you can call him too, from their legendary scale line, which came out. Actually, I don't know when it came out, but I got it a while ago. And very cool piece, very large. It's about 31 inches tall or so. For those of you who've never seen this thing in person, it's pretty big. Detail galore. I think this is the only piece part of the legendary scale line that has thoroughly blown me away with its quality and attention to detail that has come out of Sideshow from this line. This is from their originals line, so basically it gives Sideshow the freedom to do whatever they want with the character. In this case, I mean, everybody knows who the Reaper is and more or less his backstory, but they took a different twist on it, which I actually kind of like, which is actually part of the story, part of the reason I should say that I bought this piece, just because the backstory that they came up with for this was really cool. I don't know if you can see it from where the camera's sitting, but I'll close up on it in a second. But he's got 3 arms. Actually, I should say 4 arms if you count the one holding the scythe here on the left. He's got 3 arms on the right side of him. He's got the top one, far right, the big guy up here, and then he's got a middle one with a backward-facing hook on his finger, and then he's got this other tiny little one covered in blood closer to his head. And basically, the backstory behind this was, I think it was told from a first-hand account, which made it, very real. Actually, when I first read it, I thought it was based on a true story or a true tale or something like that. But it takes place from the perspective of a soldier. I think it was World War I or World War II, where he's on the battlefield and he sees the Reaper, or Death's General here, going around harvesting souls and taking souls from the dead and dying soldiers. So the purpose behind the 3 arms, which Sideshow put its twist on, which I thought was really cool, his top hand, or arm there on the top right, is meant to hold the soldier by the head, or however he holds him, and the middle hand, the middle arm here, the one with the backward-facing hook on his finger, basically rips open the soldier from the top down or the bottom up, or whichever way he rips him open. And then the third arm, this tiny little one here covered in blood, basically rips out their soul, or rips out their skeleton, or whatever the hell he rips out. But it was pretty cool to read that concept, but also the way they told it, it sounded very true. It had a really eerie and truthful kind of storytelling to it. So that alone sold me on it before I even really saw the promo pictures that they put out for this. So it was cool. And then the actual piece, when it came out, when I saw the actual detailed HD photos put out on Sideshow's site of it, it just blew me away. The detail in this is insane. Those of you that already own this already know that and know what I'm talking about. It's just got all kinds of shit to look at, especially in the armor. The base tells part of the story too. He's got a lot of the helmets from over the ages of the wars that he's collected souls in and stuff like that. But very great job by Sideshow done on this. Amazing detail, amazing everything. I'm going to close up on it here to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, let's start with his head here. Very cool. And here you can see the little blade on his finger here, this backward-facing blade. So this is the hand up here. This one right here that holds the head, and this one right here is the one that slices them open, and this bloody looking thing over here is what rips out their soul. Very cool story. So, but again, you can see the detail that I was mentioning on his armor here. Very impressive. This looks like real armor. The paint application on this was very well done. Thoroughly impressed. I honestly wasn't expecting this level of detail and quality when I got this thing. So that's always a good surprise, I guess. Show you some, like even the tailoring in his little costume here. It's immaculately done. I mean, there's weathering. If you can see it here, there's weathering on it. They went so far as adding rust to these metal beads. I mean, these are not metal; they're plastic, but the effect is there. They made it look like it was rusting and dripping down his sash or cape or whatever this thing is. But here, to give you an idea of the detail that went into the armor here. You can see the weathering done. It looks really weathered. It looks like rusted out metal from ages. And again, like I said, you can see the base here with the different helmets from different ages he was in, I guess, collecting the souls and stuff. Here's one here. See, he's got this really long, very beautiful draping cape. It goes all the way up. And again, this is weathered as well down here, so it looks like it was dragged through the mud. Very cool. Just throw this cape around here so you can see more of the detail behind him. Stay there. Okay, there we go. You can see that helmet there. So he's standing on like a marshy type surface, I guess, and this down here is supposed to be, I guess, the foundation of I don't know, a castle or whatever it's supposed to simulate. Looks like old brick and mortar or stone. But very, very cool stuff. And actually, when I got this too, there's on the back of it, because it's covered by the cape, but I didn't notice this in the promo pictures that Sideshow originally put out. I didn't notice this until I actually got it in hand and unpacked it. He's got this really cool and intricate spine thing going on here in the back. You can see that. Goes from the base down here all the way up to the top. It's too bad all this detail is hidden for the most part behind his cape, but you know, when you can get behind it and look at all of this, it's crazy detail. I mean, look at that. Looks like real armor, doesn't it? This part here, this sash thing, whatever it is on his sides, his hip guards or whatever they are, those are separate. They come apart, and they're attached to this middle piece, this thing here. They're sewn into these on either side, and they both come off on each side. And they're held in by magnets, very strong magnets. So he comes with two heads. This is how I prefer to display him. The other head he comes with his skull helmeted. It's got a helmeted skull, which I'm not too crazy about. I mean, it's cool and there's a lot of detail in it, and you know, the weathering is all just as nicely done as the rest of his armor. But I prefer the skull because it's, you know, more creepy. It's classic Reaper. Also, he's got this arm here switches out to he's got another arm that switches out with a sword that he holds over his shoulder behind his head. Again, very cool, but I prefer him with the Sith. And you can take off his hood here, so his head's exposed. I prefer him hooded because it looks more ominous. But amazing, amazing detail. And time, you can tell the time that was taken on this in the head. So this piece, part of their line, part of the legendary scale format line, like I was saying, is probably one of my favorite pieces. Just being that the detail in it is insane. Like, you got these metal chains here, hanging off them everywhere. These little straps here are actual leather. I don't know if you can tell here, but right here is where the arm joins to the statue via very strong magnet. Same thing with this arm here, it joins right about there. Beautiful, beautiful statue. Oh, I guess that depends to who's looking at it. This is, I guess, this is not for everybody. You know, not everybody's going to want the Reaper hanging out in their house. But it's got this metal chain thing hanging right here. This is actually pretty heavy, this piece. And you know, they could have made this out of plastic and just painted it to look like metal and gotten away with it that way. But they actually made it out of metal. So this is die cast or steel or whatever it is. But it's I'm glad they actually went. They didn't cheap out on that and went the metal route. But, very, very cool. Even the hood comes with this little metal thing hanging from the back of it. Oop. This thing here. Focus. There we go. So, beautiful, beautiful piece. This is the only one that came part of the Legendary scale line with an actual edition size, which I'm happy about. Normally I'm kind of a pain in the ass when it comes to edition sizes for statues, because I prefer my statues or my collection come with them, especially for, you know, what these are selling for, and I feel that they should be limited in some way. But that's just my personal collecting preference. So this piece here was limited to 300 pieces. It sold out pretty quick after that. And now they're pretty sought after. I mean, if you can find one, they go for some pretty crazy money now. But, you know, it's worth it. There's nothing really in the Legendary scale line, in my opinion, that has topped this quality-wise or detail-wise. I mean, I have the Wolf Predator too from their Legendary scale line. That's very, very impressive too. It's got a lot of quality and a lot of attention to detail, but this definitely trumps it. But, you know, I'm not a fan personally of the Dead line. I don't have any other pieces from the Dead line, any of their premium formats or their busts or anything like that. But when I saw this, I was impressed. Like I said, the backstory sold me, but also the attention to detail. And also, this is probably going to sound stupid, but I'm a pretty big Sons of Anarchy fan as well. And the portrait from his neck up pretty much reminded me of the Sons of Anarchy logo. So I'm like, okay, that might be cool to have. But very, very beautiful piece, very impressive, very big. If you can get your hands on one, I say do it, because I promise you, you won't be let down. This thing has got so much to look at. It comes in quite a few pieces. Like I said, the three arms are removable, the head's removable. All these little things in the base, like this spear, are removable. Where the hell did I get that from? Right here. But the way it comes to you too as well, which I really liked what Sideshow did with this. Those of you that got this know this too, because when you unboxed it, you seen how this was packed. It comes in really nice art boxes, but then inside it comes, all the pieces come packed in like a black velvet. So when I open it, it makes it feel like you're opening something really special, you know. I believe only a few pieces from their Legendary scale line had that. With the velvet packing and all that stuff. I think their Wolverine had that. This had that. The Wolf Predator didn't have that velvet thing. Their Iron Man didn't, and neither did an Atheris, which I have all of those as well. Would have been cool, but it's a nice touch nonetheless. So, for any of the guys out there, or any of you collectors out there that are on the fence about getting this, or if you're looking for one and you know somebody has one for sale, and you're not sure what you want to do, if you want to jump on it or not, I say get it, because it's an amazing piece. It'll blow you away. You'll be happy you got it. Like I said, this is sold out. There's only 300 made, so it's very rare. And it has an amazing backstory. I mean, it's got the whole package, really, when you think about it. Quality's top notch. So, hopefully that helped in aiding your decision if you're looking for one. And if you're not, then just here showing you a pretty cool statue. Here's the base. Alright guys, so I will do a few other videos on the other pieces of my legendary scale lineup soon. But for now, that is it. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in seeing more, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you in the next video. Take care.